Alright gang, we have Holme race today. Last year I DNF'd this one because I got a heat stroke. So that's the only goal this year, is not get a heat stroke, but I don't think that's going to be a problem today. Looking forward to it. I think it's about 28k, around 1,200, 1,300 meters of elevation gain, can't remember exactly. It's a solid route and we'll take you around it, all the way around it this year. Alright, just through the first checkpoint, grabbed a bit of water, moving fine. So far I think managed to get a flapjack down. Part of the purpose of this run is to practice fueling for the ultra in a couple of weeks, so yeah, one flapjack down. Just keep trying to eat nice and regularly, keep it steady.
I'm running from Golsover, where I live,
Yeah.
near Chesterfield, to Skegness.
Ooh,
And that's what we're training for at the moment, my friends.
that's a long way.
And we've wrecked from Golsover.
Okay, we've got the gnarly bits coming up. We've got a bit of a climb ahead of us, then a fairly steep descent, and then it's basically a scramble up to Ladder Rocks. So we're doing all right. I think we're about 12 minutes, 13 minutes ahead of cut-off back at the Crowden checkpoint, which is fine. It's kind of what we're aiming for. And I feel good. Still eating well. I feel a lot better than I did at this point in the race last year, so that's good. Now we go all the way back up again. Oh. He just keeps popping in and out of the bracken. A bit more than that, actually.
Okay, yeah. I can do that.
Yeah, we're over halfway for sure.
Oh.
That was a solid 8 out of 10.
Hey?
That was a solid 8 out of 10. I'm just rating people's burps. Alright, we're on the motorway. I'm feeling a million times better than I did this time last year, so we're all good. We have 10k left to go. Still feeling pretty good. Just on the flagstones up to Black Hill at the minute. Yeah, moving all right. Feeling fine. Gotta touch the trig first.
Cheers.
Thank you. There's the radio tower. So we're nearly back at the first / last checkpoint. Feeling good still. We are past the point where I DNF'd last year. Whee! Right, we've got one monstrous climb left, and then it's into the finish. Last big climb. It is a doozy, but I'm feeling alright. Okay, that's the gross climb done. Not far to go. 1k to go, well, just over 1k. I feel great. Feel really, really good. I think we're going to come in maybe, I think we'll get in under 4.5 hours, which I'm happy with. I just came out here to have a good outing on the legs and test my nutrition for the ultra, so we tick them boxes off. Yeah, feel good. Okay, the route is a little over 28k. So might not be under 4.5 hours, but close enough. I can see the finish. It's not much further, but just slightly over 28k. Alright gang, quick race recap. Obviously I did this race last year. Some of you may have seen that video, and I did go over the event as a whole. Just to briefly remind you, it's a really good race. It's really, really cheap. It's like 10 quid if you're an FRA member, and I think it's only like 12 quid if you're not. So dead cheap race. There's water stations all the way around, and you get a sandwich at the end. So can't go too far wrong with this one as like a long fell race. It's good stuff. My race went really smoothly. I wasn't really all out racing it because I have an ultra marathon coming up, so this was my final eating practice. Really was the only kind of clear goal here. So that was basically what I focused on. I just wanted to make sure I was eating every 20 to 30 minutes and drinking regularly and just making sure I've got that like locked in, so that on ultra effort day I'm ready to try and smash a load of carbs and keep myself hopped up on sugar for 7 hours. And really just wanted to get round after last year. Like last year was just, it was so hot, and I didn't have the miles in my legs. I kind of just went and did it because I wanted to do it, because it's a good local race. A lot of people really enjoy it, so it was one that was kind of like on my cards. But yeah, it was a very hot day and I pushed too hard. I pushed too hard for the heat and also too hard for the amount of training I'd done at the time. So it didn't go very well. And I got to about 21k in, I think, but for maybe the like 8k before that, I was feeling awful. I'd crawled my way up Holme's Moss. I had crawled my way up to Ladder Rocks. I'd crawled my way up to Black Hill. Enormous contrast this year. I think I was 2 minutes faster on the Holme's Moss climb this year than I was last year, and I was 5 minutes faster up to Ladder Rocks. Felt super good on the uphills. Legs felt great. And especially as I'd gone quite conservatively in the first half, I just had absolutely bags of energy. Yeah, there's not really too much else to say. It just went really smoothly. Like, I ticked the boxes I wanted to tick. I think I would be interested in coming back to Holme Moss to like
actually fully race it, because I had quite a bit of energy left at the end, so there's clearly like a lot left on the table if I did want to come back and just go and slaughter myself with a ridiculously hard effort. I think I've kind of got the training in my legs, and also I did much better job of acclimating to the heat this year as well. I put a little bit more sort of intentional effort into training when it was hot and not like shying away too much from training in the heat. And I do like a really hot bath once or twice a week most weeks, just to try and keep some level of heat oh my god, I can't say that word. Heat acclimatization there. It's not optimal heat training, but it's good enough for my level. Bodes really well for the ultra, that I can eat regularly, eat well. The key thing will be just getting enough carbs in the first couple of hours, so that will set me up for the rest of it. So if I can kind of nail the carbs for the first 2 hours, I should be all right, and then I can just kind of drag myself through the rest of my calories for the rest of the effort. So yeah, feeling good. Training's been going well. I'm like well into the taper now, so my legs are starting to, they're not quite at the point where I feel like jittery yet, but we'll be getting there. Certainly into next week, into the final week of the taper, I'm pretty sure my legs will be really jiggly all week, so that'll be fun to deal with. The race itself was also just a good time. I got chatting to quite a few people on the route. There were several people who said they watched my videos, which always surprises me because according to YouTube analytics, no one watches my videos. But I get that when it's such a niche area that I'm kind of covering, you do, if you go to a fell race, you're more likely to find people who have watched fell race videos. So it's not always a total surprise when I meet people at these races who have watched my stuff, and it's always nice to chat to people and say hi. And in some cases end up talking to them for quite a long time if you happen to be roughly the same speed, which was the case with a couple of people. I had like good conversations with a few folks, so yeah, always nice for that to happen. It just makes me laugh a bit because yeah, according to YouTube, no one watches the channel. So yeah, it's good fun. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the whole event generally. Don't think there was any point of it where I felt down, bad, or anything negative really at all. So it feels good to kind of finally have the longer fell stuff like starting to come together a bit more. It's been a bit of a struggle, I think, over the last, I'll say like 3 years, to feel like I'm actually getting anywhere with the long fell efforts, because there's just so much like terrain variation and so much to account for, and finally pieces are starting to come together, and it feels good to have that start happening. So I just need to keep building on that really, going forward. Over winter I'll be going into a road training block. So it'll be a bit different for about 4 months. We'll be focusing on that. And while I don't like the road racing as much, I feel like it's important for my like overall development to do some of that. So yeah, that'll be more for like training development, and I'll just see if I can crack a couple of PBs over the winter and into the spring. And then we'll be back to mountains and stuff for the summer. That's the overall plan going forward. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and let you get on with your day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.